Alright, we're going to start putting the valve train back together. This is important. You see this? That's a push rod. Half of them are all bent the hell up. These are new. This is an exhaust. It's about 8 inches long. The intake, they're about 6.5 inches. So they only go in certain spots. And they go down and hold right there. And you make sure it sit in there. One there. One there. And all the way down. Let's get this together. Alright, so we're going to go set this in, see if I got them in the right spot. This goes right here, not right there. That one's right. So this one is right. This one goes here. This one goes here, I think. So you got to flip them all up like this. That goes there like that. That one goes right there. That one goes there. So you do the exhaust first because it's down on the bottom. And just gotta get her down. Make sure these are all up. And start the bolts. And you start from the middle because there's going to be pressure on these rocker arms because of the lifters. The lifters are going to be in certain positions pushing up. So you got to go to the middle and boom, 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 and out in many passes. And as you're going, you feel these, and you make sure they're lined up and in the holes. And that's all you do. And then you make sure that these are not like this. Don't have it like that. You gotta make sure it's down. What the fuck is that?
Go to babbel.com to try Babbel for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like saddling up and chasing down that big old cash cow.
Okay.
TaxSlayer Simply Free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer, file fearlessly. Parenting comes with a lot of questions. At Buy My Baby, we're here to help you prep for everything you expected.
What's wrong?
You didn't. Pop by your local store for brands.
The end of this is all bent up, so I gotta go fix that.
To meet you, we're giving you extra savings.
So, something else to fix. Gotta do. Alright, well, we got this side put in. The valve train. Looking all nice and pretty. Now you'll notice this is your intake side. There's an eye imprinted on that. I knew that. And so I did it right. Put the intake on the intake, the exhaust on the exhaust side. Went in, All nice and easy. All the push rods are lined up. It looks good. Now let's take a look at this side. I done fucked up.
Oh, we fucked up.
I fucked up. So here, I was doing the exhaust. I asked my wife, hey, grab me the exhaust rail. She grabbed me the rail, started putting it in, and it didn't seat all the way down. Now I should have stopped right there. But I didn't stop right there. I'm like, why ain't this seating all the way down? Got all the bolts in, there's 5 bolts, started tightening them down. They were getting really tight. I'm like, tighten them a little more, but that ain't right. So I go and turn the crank. I'm thinking, oh, maybe a couple of the exhausts are all the way at top dead center, so I'm going to turn the motor. Went to turn the motor, and it got really tight. Bent another fucking push rod. So I had to take the head back off just to make sure I didn't bend the valve. I did bend the valve. I had extra push rods, so that's no problem. But the problem was the tension was on it so tight, the bolts were all the way in, it fucked up the threads. 3 of them are stripped. So now we got to use the Healy coils, or not the Healy coils, a longer bolt, thicker thread, and we got to cap it. Hopefully that works. If that don't work, then we got to go 1 bolt size up, which is quite a bit, and I'm worried we don't have enough meat because they have oil galleys in here that pump oil straight to the rocker arm rail. So that is going to be really close. Not a whole lot of room in there. This is thick enough, but there's an oil galley down on the sides of these. That's what I'm worried about. It looks like it might work. Well, I'm hoping this works with the 5/16, so we're going to do that. And hopefully it works. So I'm dyeing it right now. Rethreading it for the 5/16 bolt. A little bit thicker thread. And this is how you do it. Now you gotta be careful for metal flakes. Now when you take her out nice and slow. And all that. And then do the next one. They all got to be done. These 3 got stripped at the very end. So I'm going to need a 1/4 inch wrench. Let me grab a wrench to get this one going. That worked.
Good job, babe.
We went with a 1/4 inch longer bolt. I made sure I measured down in the bolt galley down here that we had enough meat. And there was enough open hole to add a little bit. And that's what I ended up doing. I ended up tapping that and dyeing it out. All those down there. And went with a 5/16 bolt. It's a slightly bigger and a 1/4 inch longer. So it's a coarser thread instead of the fine thread that they came with. And that did the trick. We were able to tighten those down and get them snug down to 9 pounds. 9 pounds ain't a lot, but it stripped 3 of them. They just got like tight, and you're like, yeah, and it said, strip. And then we're like, fuck, and then strip. We're like, oh, this sucks. So we made a decision, replace all the bolts. See, that's important. Now we know, now we're positive these are secured and snug, and they're not gonna pop off.
Yeah.
You don't want that to pop off. Those ones that were stripped and somewhat stripped, you don't want to run that.
You don't want to take the
with
chances
all that
of popping
pressure with the
off.
rocker arms. No, hell no. It's gonna pop it up. Then you're gonna have the bolt pop out. And then you're gonna get a that will start with a knocking noise. You'll hear like basically a rapping noise, a high rapping noise on it. So, thank God.
Good job, babe. Okay, now we're gonna see if she turns.
This is a moment of truth. See if these valves all turn.
All right, let me go. Getting that.
There goes one there. There goes those ones there. Just watch them all, dear. They should all move. Got good pressure. No binding. There it goes. I was waiting for that one. I'm like, is that one gonna fucking move or not? Yeah, it's moving. Okay, looks like they go all around. They're all moving. No binding, no tapping. Okay, we are golden. They all move. Yeah, it would have bound by now.
Yeah.
Not bending none of the push rods. Nope. You shouldn't. They all look pretty good. There she goes. I think we're good. Woohoo!
Good job, babe.
Hey, babe.
Hey.
Let's start it.
Ooh.
We're doing the break-in process right now. We already started it. There she goes. When you first do it, it'll be a little loud. It'll be doing a little knocking and tapping noises, but that will go away. Oil has to go through. Rings got a seat. Rollers got a seat. Valves got a seat. Everything got to get all basically oiled up and lined up. But it shouldn't do it for long. And there she goes. On ours, that exhaust right there, on that bolt right there, and that bottom bolt, it actually goes all the way through to the water jacket. So when you do it, you got to RTV it. Otherwise, it'll fucking leak. Not every head's like that, but ours is. You can look, if you took that bolt out, you would see the water jacket back there. That is some crazy shit. We're checking to make sure she don't leak. And now we're going to put the wheel wells and everything back on and do a crazy road break-in. How's the road break-in? What you got to do on the road, dear?
A lot. So you have to get it to get it to 30, and then get it up to 50 miles an hour, and then stop.
Not stop. Go back down to 30.
Go back down to 30
Without
miles an
giving
hour.
it gas. Just let off the gas pedal and let it go down to 30.
Let it drop down to 30. You got to do that 10 to 12 times. And then for up to the first 500 miles, just take it easy. Don't get on it or anything like that. And then you got to change the oil, change the oil filter, which on this truck is very expensive. And then after you do that, then until you get to about 2,000 miles, you have to keep it, kind of low. Maybe 65, 70 is going to be the most that you're going to do.
Basically, don't peel out.
Yeah,
Don't be all crazy.
Yeah.
Because we did a ring job and a valve job.
Yeah.
So all this got to set in.
Yeah. And then after that, after you hit the 2,000 miles, then you can go ahead, you do another oil change your filter, and then you'll be all good to go.
Yeah. Be able to tow. Don't tow under that 2,000 miles.
Oh, no.
All right. We're going to go do the road thing. Oh. Yeah. Okay. We did that little final break-in. So what we did, we ran it idle, let it warmed up, let it cool down. This is breaking in when you do pistons and cam and all that. After that, started back up, revved it at 2,000 for about 5 minutes and let it warmed up to operating temperature, let it cool down, check for leaks. We did find a leak. I showed you earlier. On hers, the driver's side cylinder head, very top bolt that holds the header manifold on, the exhaust manifold, it actually goes all the way through to a fucking water jacket. So you gotta RTV it, what you gotta do. Otherwise it's gonna freaking leak. Then we did what the book recommended. We took it out and did that 30 to 50 mile per hour. Go up, get up to 50, let it slow down to 30, gas it up to 50, not like all crazy, just gas it up to 50, 10 to 12 times, and then we ran it at 65. She sounds really quiet. The hemi tick thing she had going on went away. The fuel injectors are loud. You can hear those things ticking away, but otherwise, the other tick, that went away. She seems smooth. Well, seems good to you, dear?
Mm-hmm. All good. Sounds nice and quiet.
Alright, so now we're going to do that 500-mile deal. After 500, drain the oil, replace the filter, then drive it to 2,000 miles. Then after that, you can start towing and all that. You could probably tow at 1,000, but I wouldn't do anything below that because you're going to put too much of a strain on the motor. You need to let those piston rings seat. Alright, worked out good.